Hi, welcome to Todd and Debra. So this is episode 57.
We're going to do something a little different today. I've always wanted to interview a pirate.
And I've always wanted to play a pirate, so...
Here we go. Actually, Todd just got out of cataract surgery literally just a few minutes ago. We just drove back from the hospital, and there's so much that we want to share with you guys. Many of you have probably already had cataract surgery since it seems like a pretty
senior citizen...
Geezer thing.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
I have to wait for mine because I don't have cataracts yet, but he's making me jealous because he had so much fun. I'm not even kidding. It sounds like I'm kidding. Before we get into it, a lot of people think we're doctors because we look like doctors and we speak very scientifically. Oh, I'm sorry. You look like a pirate doctor.
Oh.
We're a doctor pirate. But because we're going to be talking about something medical, we just want to make it crystal clear that this is just our perspective on things. And if we say something really stupid and exactly wrong from what it really is, please forgive us and don't sue us or whatever, because we're not doctors.
First thing that's really important is that you should get your annual eye exam. Most Medicare programs do pay for that, and that's what you really need to do. Just like your dental checks, you need to go in and get your annual eye exam because you do find out things like this.
He had no idea that he had cataracts because you hadn't noticed anything really
terrible.
No, I guess it gradually just whatever it is that grows on there. Well, a cataract, I guess, is what it is.
To me,
now it's clear that we're not doctors, right?
Yeah.
You found out that you needed to have the right eye done, especially,
but
the left eye is beginning to get there too. So usually
they do them all together.
Well, not at the same time.
No, yeah.
Just a few weeks apart, usually, from what the doctor said. They gave us some prep information, and you did all of the stuff you've got to do ahead of time with drops in the eye and so forth.
And there are all different kinds of options nowadays. So we got pretty much the standard package. In other words, it's what they call the traditional...
Poor people's surgery.
Yeah, the traditional method of making the incision in the eye rather than laser. I got a single monofocal lens, which basically allows me to either to see distance or to see close to read, and I decided to get it set up so I could see distance with these. Basically what it means is that I'll probably not have to wear glasses except to read anymore.
Wow.
And for somebody who's worn glasses since 7th grade, this is going to be a big change for me. But there are some very sophisticated lenses now that if you've got bucks and you want to do that, you can do some rather interesting things.
If we had the money, we would have gone with that because they're pretty amazing. Tell them what they do, the ones that are more expensive.
The most expensive one, I think, is almost like some of the contact lenses that you can get now, where you can see both distance vision and reading vision with just the same lens.
Yeah, but we're just thrilled that you get a chance to have just a small copay because yay for our insurance.
In our case, it was done in an outpatient surgery center, which was nice, a little less expensive too. We went in this morning, checked in, they took me in, I got into the gown and all that kind of good stuff, and they checked my vitals, and they started getting my eye prepared. They put some sponges in there to help with cleaning it out.
You just say that real casually. They put some sponges in my eye. Where
that's
in
what
the
they
eye?
said. Under the lower eyelid, they put these little things that basically, I'm not sure what they did.
That right there makes me say, never mind, I won't get cataract surgery, but it wasn't that.
They did. No, not at all. And they put all kinds of other drops in my eye. And then the doctor came in and said, okay, let's go. And then they wheeled me down to the surgery room and plugged me in for my IV and for sedation. They did not put me out totally. And I don't think that they do as a regular basis. They just basically want you to feel good, comfortable, relaxed. The doctor came in again at this point and said, here, let me show you. This is going to be the worst part. And he said, just look up here inside of this machine. And it was bright, real bright light. He said, that's the worst part, is looking in that bright light. But he said, once we get going, you won't even notice it. They said, we don't really know how you're going to react. Some people get knocked out. Other people remember everything that happened. Some people remember nothing. From one cataract surgery, one eye to the other, your reaction might be different. I felt pretty awake. I actually felt nothing in the eye at all. So they put me under sedation and said, okay, here we go. And like I said, it's one of those kaleidoscope things that you look in, that the colors go around. It sort of looked like that with the dark edge, and then there was a lot of different shapes and colors and things happening.
Are you sure that what they gave you was sedation and not some hallucinogenic drug? Are you sure?
I don't know that.
There would be an extra charge.
Yeah, I think maybe. So. Well, this is Colorado, though.
That's true. It's just so interesting to me that he said everybody sees something different.
Yeah, I guess. And I said, do they do movies of these things? Have you ever seen what I'm looking at? And he says, no, I've never really seen that. It was really neat just watching what was going on. And he would say, okay, I'm in there now, and I've disintegrated the cataract.
Wow.
And then you could sort of see things get a little fuzzy in the eye. They said, okay, and I cleaned that up and everything, and it was all pretty much gone. Basically, what they do is they make an incision in your eyeball. They go in and they've got a little tool that goes in and with sonic waves breaks up the cataract. Then they suck that out and drop in the new lens and position the lens, and you're done.
Drop in the new lens. That just sounds so simple, but that's literally what they do, right?
Yeah, it goes in through a little tube and it deploys and it's in your eyeball.
This is like crazy cool.
And the lens is set. Basically, even now they can set these lenses to meet your prescription. So that's why he was saying that I'm going to be amazed by what I'm going to see, because the lens that went in is basically going to be the prescription that I wore for my glasses.
Wow. So without having to have glasses or contacts, you're just going to see 20/20.
Yeah. There's a chance I might have to wear, but most likely it'll be just for reading. Then when I knew that he had put the lens in that they use, you could see things get, it did get clearer. And of course, I'm not looking at anything, but just within the eyeball, what I was seeing was clear.
But you say I'm not looking at anything. Nothing was over your eye, clearly, because he was, he had a scalpel or whatever. But somehow your eye, rather than seeing the knife come at you, you didn't see that, did you?
No.
You did? Okay.
No.
So rather than seeing what's really happening outside your eye, maybe something they gave you gives you these colorful hallucinations so that it distracts you, or what?
I don't think so. Yeah, I can't tell you exactly what I was looking at, the physiology of what I was looking at or anything, but the colors you could see, the shapes you could see, it was just quite amazing to watch as they were working on the eye. And
we should point out again, this is one man's experience.
Yeah.
It can be a lot different, just like the different things that you see during the surgery or whatever.
And my eyes are pretty vanilla. In other words, they don't have any problems. There's no problem with astigmatism or anything like that. That seems to add a little bit to what has to be done for your eyes. But mine were pretty vanilla.
I took my parents to have their cataract surgery, and this was, of course, years ago. It seemed to me way different than Todd's experience, because back then, things were different.
Well, they didn't have the lenses. They would take the cataract out, and then they had to heal, and then you wore fancy glasses that had these funky, they looked like the Coke bottom glasses again.
Wow.
Because they didn't have the lenses that went right into your eyeball, which is what they got now.
No wonder it seemed different.
Don't be afraid of it.
Well, I'm still a little bit afraid, but he's making me feel better. Yeah. And he was going to walk 5 miles today like we do every day, and the doctor said, well, give it a rest just for today. But tomorrow you can go back to your 5-mile walks and go back to everything as normal, except just not lifting heavy stuff, being gentle with your body because of the tension it might put on the eye.
He said something about don't do dishes and don't vacuum and don't for about 2 months or a year.
I'm
Maybe
sure
he said
he did.
a year.
Yeah. I'll have to call back to the outpatient center and make sure we got that right. When I took that video of him, I forgot to tell you, sorry, for the kids and the grandkids. And I said, so what do you want to say about your surgery? He said, it was fun. And he was so genuine. He wasn't goofing off or anything. He just really wanted to share how exciting it was. So now even the grandkids want to get cataracts. So they can have them taken
Usually
out.
Understand, too, that if you develop cataracts in one of your eye, more than likely it's going to happen if it's not there already in the second one. And so they usually like to do these fairly closely.
Again, we're not doctors. We're just Todd and Debra. So take everything we say with a grain of salt. This is just one man's experience. But after he was telling our whole family about how much fun he had, I find myself now anxious for my cataract surgery. But first I have to get cataracts. Yeah. Because you can't get cataract surgery till you have cataracts.
No, they won't let you do it unless you approve.
All right. I get it. Yeah. Guys, we hope that yours will be as easy and as, what's the word? Not bearable. That's how I think of it, because I've always thought one day I'll have to have cataract surgery.
You always think about somebody putting their finger in your eye.
No, I think about putting a knife in my eye.
The worst part was initially a real bright light shining on my eye, but otherwise, beyond that.
See, that part would have scared me, because don't they say if you see a bright light, it's when you're dying. First you see this light. We shouldn't even be laughing, because surgery is not a laughing matter. But this one was just so much better than what we had even dreamed. Yeah. We wanted to share that with you. But again, educate yourself about it. And please don't put off your eye exams. We tend to put things off that we think, oh, it's going to be painful, or oh, the news might be bad news or whatever. But as we age, it's so important to get things checked early, to keep abreast of anything that is going on with your body. That's our experience. Share yours with us, please, in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.